Take a look in my game face. Ain't no stopping me. You know I'm coming in first place. Well, stop it till I get that ring. I'ma dominate all day. No matter who you bring, I will not lose. Yeah. I will not lose. I will not lose.
Yo, what up? It's your boy JJ Stone, aka Black Gritty. Welcome to another episode of Gritty Nights. I still see the sun out, but it's Gritty Nights. It's, it is after 5 p.m. Hopefully you've had dinner, and we're trying to sneak the show in before the great debates this evening. The comedy show of America is going to be going live around 7, 8 o'clock, and the Phillies got a game too, so we figured we might as well start the show early. Also, we've been chomping at the bit just to talk about football because we have football all weekend long. Say what's up to the people, Jason.
What's up? We calling this one Gritty Evenings?
Gritty. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, Pop getting the supper ready. Harry, say what's up to the people.
What's
Harry.
up, everybody? Gritty Evenings. I like that. Or gritty happy hour. That could be a good one as well.
We're gonna start doing. Well, I gotta. You guys are busy lives, but I don't have a life. I'm a loser, so I gotta start doing some gritty bites while I'm sitting here bored and alone. See if somebody come hang out with me while I'm playing Madden in the middle of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I might start doing that while I'm sitting here playing Madden, get my butt whooped because I got to get off of all Madden. Anyway, we have football.
Yeah, we do.
We had Thursday, Friday, Saturday if you're a college junkie, Sunday, Monday. You've probably been useless pieces for like 4 days. I know I was. I didn't even know what I looked like. You know what I mean? Like I walked out. I was like, why? The sun is evil. Like, what are we doing? But we're gonna start off where we always start off with Philadelphia first. The Eagles won, guys. We called it. We all were on board. Some of us a little bit more nervous than others, but we got that George W. Go ahead, eat that W.
Eat that W.
So, where do you guys want to start? The good, the bad, or the ugly?
We should start with the ugly or the bad because I don't want to. Because we could drag that on too long. Let's start with the bad.
The ugly. The only thing that was ugly was the field.
The field
was the ugly. I'm not gonna go and harp on a whole lot of stuff, but the field, an absolute embarrassment for the NFL, an absolute double embarrassment for the Philadelphia Eagles to once again be subject to a dangerous work environment. Like, it's criminal at this point. Why does America's team can put on these fields for trash pandas? Jason, you are a coach, player, dynasty legend of soccer. Yeah. Why did they have them out there on that field? Is soccer fields applicable for football?
No, they're clearly not, and they're out there because of greed. The NFL just was trying to, make that money internationally, so they're going to put teams out there no matter what.
And when you sit there and say, well, we tested the field, you test the field with 185-year-old weirdos, okay?
Right.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to Giants fans. So they said they tested the field. I'm like, yeah, with like what, soccer players? Like playing soccer? Because you didn't have elephants tromping up and down that field. Because if you did, or if you thought about it, you would know that it's not up to snuff. So that was the ugly. I'll go with that. What was the worst thing you saw from the Eagles game, Harry? Because I know you're Mr. Positive. I know you don't like.
It's funny, Mr. Positive. I mean, about I don't know. It felt like it was 5 minutes in the game. I was texting my friends, "Fire Nick, Jalen's done." That type of stuff. So I was already kind of out. It was crazy, but that's what the bad is. The bad is that I do not believe that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback at all, by any means. But I do think that where the jury's out is whether or not he is great or whether or not he's the guy that makes some great plays every game and then some bad plays every game, right? So I think we saw Jalen have flashes of making some great plays, but a lot of late decision making, which I think is the processing kind of question we have about him. So yeah, Jalen's processing. I'm gonna simplify it to that. That's my bad from the game. I think he'll improve, but that was what I'm worried about.
Jason.
Yeah, the game was tough to get a read on due to the conditions of the field, but Jalen's decision making, he made 3 bad decisions in the game. The rest of his decisions were pretty good, and he still drifts a little out of clean pockets. He gets out there a little early and doesn't stay in there. But other than that, there wasn't much to really learn or to say it was bad because the field just created such havoc during the game.
So Jalen Hurts should have thrown 4 interceptions. He could have lost 2 fumbles. The fumbles I'm putting on Juergens. As I watched the NFL, there were a lot of missed snaps in the NFL this opening weekend. So whether you played in the preseason or you didn't, people had all kinds of false starts and a lot of fumble exchanges from centers in the first weekend. So that's opening week jitters. It is what it is. I'm going to let that slide. You heard Jalen say it's on count 4, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, there was just a little bit of miscommunication, which is fine. So I'm taking the fumbles out of it. The interceptions, bro.
Yeah, can't happen.
I know that you want to live this life. I know that, you know what I mean? You're the man. I believe you're the man.
Mm-hmm.
But you also need to be checked down Charlie right now. When it's 3rd and 20, I literally watched the Cowboys get laughed a little bit because when they started their game, they weren't cooking. They started the game, it was like 3rd and 40 or something stupid like that. You know what they did? A screen, a handoff up the middle.
Yep.
Just gain 6 yards, 7 yards, punt the ball. When you're backed up in your own end zone, that's what you need to do, Jalen. You don't need to go and, I got to make a play. Throwing in the triple coverage for what, bro?
Yeah.
It's 0-0. We've been in this game for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Punt the ball. Like, you just saw your running back slip and fall. You're behind the sticks, not because of anyone's fault. It's just the turf. So every single time he made a mistake, it's because he wanted it in those pressure moments. Later on, when he threw the other interception in the end zone, take the field goal, bro. You're already up. Field goal helps seal it too.
Right. Game situation there dictated field goal was way more important.
So I understand, you know what I mean, looking at the videotape and everything else like that. Yes, he was open. He flashed, but you're already late and you're throwing against the body. And we talked about this. In current NFL, there's only like 3 guys that can throw against their body that I'll allow, and that's Josh Allen, maybe Patrick Mahomes because he's got the legacy, but I don't even think he could do it. CJ Stroud and Richardson.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anthony Richardson.
They're tanks. They're tanks. Like, yo, you can go do what you want to do. You shouldn't do it. But if you did it, I'm like, you tried it.
Right.
But Jalen, don't ever do it, bro.
No.
Live to fight another day. You're in field goal range. And not for nothing, you got a coach that don't do nothing but go for it on 4th downs.
Yeah, right.
So maybe you take the check down there or run and scoot and do that. Also, before I get back to you guys, I am done with the RPO.
I was just going to say
There's no more RPO in this game. Yeah, they said it before the game started. Oh, Jalen's got designated runs. You can literally go bleep yourself. I'm not going to say every yourself because I'm trying to be calm today. And once I start cussing, you know it'll be downhill from here. It's too early. But I don't want to – no RPO. Take the decision out of his hand because that's the other time he made a mistake is because AJ's out there blocked because he swore that the ball is about to be handed off to be a run.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're throwing it at him. He's like, bro, what did you see? Because I didn't see it. So no more RPO. And Jalen will come down to the mean. He's not going to throw 2 picks a game. He's not going to have 3 turnovers a game. But only if he realizes that I don't have to be the man to be the man.
Yeah.
You already got paid, bro. Everybody's gotten paid. You're not the only one that got a bag. That's why I said I'm not worried about distribution. Everybody got a bag except for God. God is the only one that's hungry, and he's the only one that didn't hit his parlay like he said on the bus. But everybody else got paid. So distribute and feed and do your job. I'm going to go to you, Jason. What was the best thing?
The best thing was the coordinators and the different formations and different plays that we got to see this team use and look like a real NFL team.
It was beautiful. Nice.
Receivers stacked to the same side, motion going across and behind, guys pulling to another side, making the defense confused. It was beautiful to watch.
And did you know that the teams that lost Sunday, most of those teams were teams that didn't run motion at all? So suck it, Nick Sirianni. I mean, I'm just saying, somebody put out the stat. I ain't gonna put on real embarrass nobody, but most of the teams that lost, 75% of them had 0 motion plays in their offense. The game has changed, dude. You have to give more data and information to your quarterback in the moment, and motion helps with that. It's not the end all be all. I don't need to hear motion every 5 seconds, but my goodness, it's a part of the game. It's a part of the game.
I saw a stat that said that we ran 65% motion, and last year we were the last in the NFL at 35%. So that's going to be a huge factor with Kellen Moore now. So just great point about the coaches there.
Go ahead, Harrelson.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I have like 2 people I'm thinking of, and
one
just
person,
all right. Well, you know what? I'll God damn it. Oh man, I gotta say Saquon, bro. I gotta say Saquon. I had somebody else unsung hero in mind that we'll get to, I'm sure. But Saquon, man, just seeing the burst that he had.
Hero. No, forget that. Who's your unsung hero now?
Zach Bond, baby, yeah, Zach Bond, of course, our linebacker.
You should have went with that one.
15 tackles, 2 sacks. I mean, I didn't even know we had a linebacker on the roster that could do that. And this man looked like, I don't know if y'all saw it too, but the energy Zach Bond had looked like he was hunting, like he was having fun hunting. And man, we have a good linebacker on our team now. That's something I didn't even expect at all this year. So I think Zach Bond is my sneaky X factor.
So I'm going to come back to Zach in a second.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to pick up where you already started off at because that was the obvious answer. I was like, who's your other answer? You got to But they asked a question like, who's the greatest running back in the NFL? Saquon, and Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the Dylon reference. But I hate sports so much for the simple fact that some of the greatest talents of anyone's lifetime go to waste and never really see the full potential and power of their essence. Barry Sanders being on the Detroit Lions for all that time is insanity for the game of football. Matthew Stafford being a Lion, getting to leave and win a championship. If he would have been in any functional organization, he might be Tom Brady. I don't know. He had Megatron and was destroying everything, couldn't get a defense to help him for anything. Megatron would go up there against 7 people and get the ball. And you're just like, Megatron retired early. You look at certain guys, you're like, if we could have just drafted Saquon and he could have came here with an offensive line, Saquon Barkley might be already at this point in his career the greatest running back that ever lived. Just by being behind this line. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It doesn't matter what's going. He'd already be a Super Bowl champion. Like he would be racking up 2,000-yard seasons every single year he stepped into the league. But since he's so good, he went to a horrible team that couldn't adjust, adapt, or help. And then he gets to come here. And he's tied for the second best opening day for an Eagle. When T.O. came here, I cried. I cried when we won the Super Bowl. I cried when I watched T.O. play football for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I didn't cry with Saquon because I already knew what Saquon was going to do. At some point, you start thinking like, is T.O. really going to make a difference? Because McNabb was kind of iffy at that time where we love but hate McNabb, and somebody's got to get him the ball. But Saquon just out here, he was trucking people. He came back on after a stinger. He got stung and had to sit out a little bit, which is fine because you don't need to have 90 carries a game. He caught that swing pass. He broke out in speed in the open field on a crappy field too. Like he looked fast on a crappy field, and he didn't look that fast. So we're gonna talk about Jalen looking slow, but I know Saquon's faster than that. I know he's like that one run where he got caught, and he was so mad. If he would have been on regular turf, he would have cut.
He would have ran that dude over that AJ missed, that block AJ missed.
Oh my God, he would have killed him, but he couldn't. So, you got the linebacker. I'm going to give him grace and say, hey, even Jacoby looked good. His PFF did not grade well, but he flashed, and that's
almost had a pick six. That pick six would have changed everything, right? If he caught that,
he needed to catch that ball. Got to catch that ball. My boy White Chocolate got an interception.
Oh yeah,
everybody here hating on White Chocolate. You know what I mean? Rich homie Quan, he hit the Quan in the end zone.
R.I.P.
Like, y'all hating on my boy. Yeah, blanket ship. Yeah, he sunk your ship. You know what I mean?
He did.
So,
he loves getting interceptions versus the Packers, don't he?
He do. He do. Because Jordan Love was the greatest quarterback that ever loved. So here's the thing when we get back into it. My favorite thing that happens is all the pundits, 70 to 80% of them picked Green Bay. And all I heard was the defense is stacked with talent. They need a new coach. Okay. I understand that because we kind of have that issue. The offense is full of young lions headed by the son, Aaron Rodgers' great-grandfather, Brett Favre, the third coming of Packer legend. Okay. So the offense, we know LaFleur don't play around. The offense is good. So when the Eagles beat that team, it's like, well, a rookie defensive coordinator, the young players, And I was like, what are you talking about? People are mad at Maddox. I'm like, I was told that they have the top 4 wide receiver core in the NFL of young guys. Now, they might not have a Adams or like a top flight guy, but all their dudes are number 2s. All their dudes are good, ascending to be great, but they're young. So when Maddox is getting cooked and you say, CJ, DJ fell down, again, the field. When you're on offense, you have the advantage. You saw that with our wide receivers. You saw that. Like, we had the advantage. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, my God, and the plays. Shut up. The game sucked because the field.
Yeah,
that's really
multiple times.
Right. Yeah, that's a really interesting point you just made too, because I was thinking like, I had those 2 stops right off the turnovers and inside our 20, right, and maybe it benefited us that they didn't have a long field to work with to have their receivers kind of make those big plays, because we saw that we gave up a few big plays throughout the game, and that was a little bit scary at times. But it's almost like, wow, did we run out of gas or what was it? Like, why do we get those 2 stops in the beginning? But honestly, I think maybe the short field helped us there, which is kind of interesting to think about now.
So, that's exactly what happened. And to start the game, you're fresh.
Oh, yeah.
The defense hasn't played a real snap. So you get them out there in short distance. Your play calling is limited. Your space is limited. Those 4 horses can't run and skedaddle and get everywhere. And the field was fresh.
Yeah.
Because they just got out there. So the Eagles got to hunker down, field goal, bro. Come out there, do it again. Shit. The thing that I said they need to win by is ball control. Hold them again, field goal. And I'm like, we got one more turnover instantly before it's problem. Turn the ball over again. Oh my God. I'm like, okay, all right. We got to fix it, because the defense was already gassed. Yeah. And they were doing, the defense did yeoman's work.
Yeah.
If they would have let up one of those touchdowns, it would have been a problem. And they did not. So kudos to the defense. They did more than their job, again, on a bad field, different environment, all the things. I think the defense is going to be leaps and bounds better than last year, just because of leadership and the young talent. So
Quinyon Mitchell, baby, he had some targets, some catches. But
I was just about to get there, because you said linebacker. Now, here I'm going to tell you something about the linebackers. The field was messed up. I don't really know what's going on. I'm not. Hey, look. Everybody complaining Huff didn't do anything and Jordan Davis didn't get the job done. Again, pigs and slop. Just running wheels. Right. You're running wheels. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be happy you got a couple of sacks. Be happy you got a little bit of pressure, because it was just hard. Unless you're Carter.
He got pressure.
You know why he got pressure?
Because he's a monster.
I don't know.
He's a rhino.
If you ever seen like a cartoon when Superman gets ready to do his shit and he digs in deep before he even leaves the earth,
doesn't
when he
hold
bends
back.
down, the concrete crumbles.
Yeah.
Before he even steps off that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
That is Carter. Carter puts his foot down. I don't care if he's on the moon, Alaska.
Yeah.
He is putting an imprint in the ground and lifting somebody up. So that's why he did it. He is the baby rhino.
He's a bear, man. Brian Baldinger does great breakdowns of linemen, and he did one of Jalen Carter this week. And he just, he talks about a lot of guys this way. But when you talk about paws, right? He put one paw on somebody and they're gone. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those bears.
So my point is, he don't count. But everybody else, they were Scooby-Dooing out there. They was out there spinning the field. And so I don't have any kind of judgment reserved to it. But Mitchell, I'm going to get his jersey.
Yeah.
Into it. You know what I mean? I got to find one in my size. He's my new favorite Eagle.
I didn't realize he was such a trash talker, too.
You don't.
Me neither.
I love it.
I love it too. He seemed like very reserved this entire training camp. And
chat, the viewers in here, see, they act like they fans. They ain't fans. They ain't hanging out like I'm hanging out. I'm over here bored, listening to the middle of the afternoon interviews. When AJ Brown said, "Yo," the first day of training camp, he's like, "I went out there and he told me my route was trash."
Yeah. True. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so you forgot about that. And everybody, the little thing comes up, who talks the most trash? And everybody like, Q. And I'm like, yo, it takes a special kind of person to talk shit when they don't know you. Right?
Yes.
I got on the team. I don't know if you like to drink. I don't know if you like Cavassier. I don't know if you like Italian. You know what I mean? I don't know what you got going on. But guess what? I don't give a ham sandwich about what you got going on. This is what I'm doing.
You got me going on. You got me.
Remember that attitude with like established players?
Yeah.
Let me get out there against some people I don't like. He was all in their ass, boy. He was up in their ear like, yo, you had one, cool, good job. Never again. He had dudes hot.
They were mad. Yeah.
They were like trying to draw back at him in the beginning, and then you just saw dudes put their head down and walk away. I'm like, what did he say about your mama? What did he say about your mama? Because at the end they stopped fighting, and the game was close. Yeah. But he was punking people.
I mean, to your point, you said it was easier for the offense, right? So they all knew that on the field, right? So the receivers are out there being like, "This is supposed to be easier for me," and he's still clamping me up. So like, what's gonna be like when we're on some turf? Because he's gonna be on your ass all day. So damn.
So, Isaiah, I still want Isaiah to be number 2. It's fine. You know why? Because if Q's like that on your second wide receiver, and he's got doing all that work. Let this dude roam and pick up these other dudes that you think you're going to pick on him with.
Yeah.
Because these dudes are running even worse routes. And I expect him to jump big time on your third receiver, your tight end. Oh, you want to bring a running back out? In the slot where Maddox so many times would quote-unquote either get beat or he just would make the tackle, Q's going to make the interception. His breakback speed is insane. Like, oh, I'm beat. Okay, turn, pivot, hand out.
Yep.
At least my hand's going to be near the ball. That's incredible. That's impressive. He is a gem.
He's a beast. Great pick.
Hey, good job, Howie.
Yeah, there you go.
Howie seasoning. Put that on everything.
One more thing I'll say though about you talked about earlier about no more RPO. I'm thinking I don't want to say no more, but way less tush pushing. Also, I want to say because the tush push in that game to me, like I don't know. I think Jason Kelsey's quickness off the snap is something that mattered for that. But also, just let Saquon get 5 yards of fucking acceleration and hit that line. I mean, that's plenty for me. The tush push, Jalen, he gets a little banged up. We don't need that. I just think less of that, more Saquon.
Jason?
Completely agree, especially if you can take hits away from Jalen, right?
Yeah.
If you can stop him from getting hits, only use it if necessary. We have the running back to be able to do it now. We have the line to be able to get that no matter what. I do think that the first one they ran, the spot that they got was terrible. It was about 1.5 yards behind where the play actually stopped. The one that they fumbled, what are you going to do? That stuff's going to happen. I know it felt like it never happened last year, but, they tried to go quick near the goal line and it just went bad.
So I'm going to tell you for y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Hold on.
Real quick, I'm not going to go into soliloquy.
Yeah.
The reason we need to tush push is because we're the only ones that can do it, and I need the threat of it.
Yeah. Right.
I understand the reason it didn't look good either is because of that whole snap exchange
and the field
center.
probably
in the field, yeah.
And the field, so they couldn't get traction. So I'm not leave the tush push. Designated runs out the door, RPOs out the door, but the tush push, that is such a threat to people, and they can do so many things off of it.
Yeah.
You need to keep doing it and prove that you can continue to do it, just so in the moments when you need it most, you can dominate with it.
They even got it with the hard count on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I need the Philly special. I mean, the special move.
Oh, yeah. Just part of it was like Saquon's a big, strong boy running into Jalen's back too, pushing him. So it's like kind of creepy.
We're not going to need that many of them.
Yeah.
Same time, when you get up to the line and you're right there and you're an inch away, do it.
Yeah.
And keep it in the bag so that you're ready for it and you're practicing it and you get it done.
I think Cam will get it all together too. I think that selected by Stalin and Jason, he's going to be good.
He had a great game.
He did. He's really strong. He's big. He's bigger than Jason. You can see it.
Guy next to him,
Becton, another guy.
Becton. That was a great pick to put him in there, man.
So I don't know. Oh, I know why. And he got let go because they had him at a tackle position. He's not a tackle,
and he refused to try guard for the Jets.
Yeah,
but for us, he was like, "Stalin, I got you. I got you."
Yeah. Well, Stalin told him, like, "Here's what you do," and he's like, "Oh, that sounds easy. I'll do that."
Yeah.
And so over and touch your toes and back up backwards 2 times. Yeah. We'll talk about the league later. So yeah, that was the game. We're all happy. We're gonna talk about how'd you like Nick Sirianni's role there, Nick? Nick was out there just nicking it up, Nick at Night. Him and Who's got Big Dom?
Big Dom.
The referee got injured.
Yes.
Dom is over there standing in front of and checking on the referee in a medical position. Bro, what are you doing? Dom, like for real, like, are you?
I don't know.
You want to be an America's Next Top Model? Why are you always in the camera, bro?
So tired of hearing about that guy, man.
I love Dom for what he does. I love Dom for
man.
his job and his position. But this sideline diva stuff is out of control. And the fact that Nick needs a babysitter on the sideline really makes me sick. Anyway, sorry, I meant to ask a question. Harry, how'd you like what Nick did? What he said?
I mean, I think like I'm expecting negative feelings about Nick in those situations throughout the year, and for the most part, it was fine. So, nothing super strong either way, but mostly fine.
Jason?
After a win, I don't really have a feeling about what he said. I was happy because the team won, especially after that slow start where, we were all on the dive in the roller coaster ride right there. Like, oh my God, this sucks so bad. I hate this team, and this is the worst.
I hate the team is high. I hate the team is extreme.
I just get so mad. You watch every year, you get so excited for the Eagles in the first game. It's got to start off. You're like, oh man.
Saquon slip in the very first play is pretty that was pretty scary.
I mean, I was holding it down. I was in there laughing with people. I'm like, oh, look at Nick Sirianni's offense. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man.
Kellen Moore got Smitty open. We didn't even talk about.
Oh yes, Smitty. Oh my God.
AJ Brown hit his 21.2 miles per hour, which is the fastest he's run since his rookie year. And I mean,
on that field too, going side diagonal.
Field, and he was so wide open, he just was horsing to it. He wanted it. Smitty is so dependable. He's so professional. He is
Mr. Professional.
The Larry Fitzgerald of wide receivers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ball gets anywhere near him, he catches it. If he doesn't catch it, he caught it. You better hurry up. If you're gonna make it look like he caught it, then you better hike that ball before they find out that he didn't catch it. Because he's like a Houdini actor when he don't catch it. We can all think of like the 4 catches I'm talking about where he did not catch the ball.
San Fran.
But he tucked it. You know what I mean? He tucked that thing and rolled. It was like, yo.
Everybody
hustled up. So it's just incredible. The wide receiving core. Again, I mentioned Goddard earlier. He was a little upset because he didn't get his parlay for the people. He wanted to represent the people. I'm going to show this clip, and I'm going to tell you what I think about our coach. How do I get this up here? Is it this one? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
He wants to talk while you're doing it.
There you go.
Good. I found it. Come on, reload.
Oh man, it's embarrassing. 1 in 5 it happens to. 1 in 5 videos.
Guys, it's not about who's the toughest. It's about who's the toughest the longest, right? And that's because of how you guys have worked. It's our habits of how you guys have worked. That was round 1. We got 17 rounds. All right, that was just round 1. Feels good though to win round 1, doesn't it? Everybody's role is not the same, but everybody's role is important. It takes every one of us. All right, love this team, love these guys, love you guys.
You know what I'm gonna say, Jason?
No, boy, go for it.
I'm sorry, he's a loser.
Yeah.
Absolute loser. So let me run this back so you can see it. Did you not see what he did?
Looking at his notes or
Rocky reference here. It was round 1 of 17. Oh, they're not buying that. All right. We've got to stick together to be together. And bro, come on. You just won a game in Brazil. You didn't do nothing the whole game. You go out and walk for the handshake and mean mug LaFleur. For what reason, bro? I have no idea why you're acting all Italian stallion at the handshake. And Dom's over here rubbing his back and patting him down. Literally, I'm not even making this up. He's patting down like you're icing down a fighter after a fight. Like, what are you all mean mugging for? To come into this hallway and be stuttering Stanley, checking your notes? Come on.
Guys.
Yeah.
It's not about who's the toughest. It's about who's the toughest the longest, right? And that's
so it is about who's the toughest. Just as a
that wasn't the best, to be honest.
You guys have worked.
Notes.
That was round 1.
That was round 1. Rocky
we got
reference.
17 rounds. All right, that was just round one. Feels good though to win round one, doesn't it? Everybody's role is not the same, but
That was the weakest I've ever heard from a locker room.
Yeah. These are also not like complex enough points to like have to look at notes for. Like round 1 of 17, like you know how many games are in the season, you know that boxing, you can make that reference. Like
yes,
he could have just said that shit.
it takes every one of us.
Text notes again. It takes every one of us.
Yeah.
And then the next point was about the roles. It's like you can't remember that shit again. That's like the next point is about the roles. I remember the speech already after one listen.
Let's enjoy this trip back. Let's enjoy this trip back. We got a lot to be thankful for. Let's take a break.
I'd rather him ramble and like make some shit up and have it be like him stuttering, but still have the like real authentic energy than that, if that makes sense.
I can't. Who's beeping?
I don't know. Somebody's beeping.
You hear some beep. Oh,
Harry, you on fire?
it'll stop in a second. Mute me real quick.
I don't want nobody to die, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, we in here got headphones on. Like, do you hear the beeping? Because I hear.
We don't need the views that bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
right?
do you hear the beeping? Because I hear the beeping.
I just want to say, on behalf of all the newcomers to the Chargers.
For audio listeners, thank you for your patronage. We appreciate you. iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your iPod, iTunes, Apple thing, wherever you even listen to podcasts, we're out there in these streets. And this is Harbaugh's little after game speech, pump up the jam video that they put out.
You know, myself and everybody else, on behalf of them, I just want you to know we're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones.
The worm has turned.
The worm has turned.
It sounds like there's a locker room full of guys that are happy with their coach.
I knew it would happen, dude.
Cheering.
Harbaugh's that guy. Yep.
Cheering. Like, if nothing else, the Eagles did not respond to Nick speaking
Right.
at all.
They're like, all right.
Coach, what?
2 game balls to give out.
2 game balls, all right?
Okay.
Coach Harbaugh.
And again, he's an overly excitable guy and all that kind of stuff. Nick seems like he's trying to be more subdued and more cerebral. You're not a cerebral guy. You're not that guy. Even people say like, oh, he wasn't as fired up on the sidelines. Okay. So what are you here for? I don't like Nick at all. I don't like his over brashness. I don't like his yelling at the crowd. I don't like anything about the guy, honestly, personally. He's a child to me and I don't like him. I respect his victories. Thank you, Jalen, whatever. But at the same time, be yourself, bro. The things that I don't like, some people love. Some people love his, do you like that? You know what I mean? Do you like that Kirk Cousins kind of attitude at games and stuff like that? I don't, but a lot of people do. So you take that away from him, which it seems like they've neutered him with that too. What is the guy here for?
I don't know. That's a great point. Like I really don't know.
Like it just the vibe, man. I know Harry's the vibe guy, so I be saying vibe.
No, hey,
Harry,
I'm with you, man.
It don't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. And my thing is like, I will say similar to like the field situation, game 1, we always talk about now, there's no, people don't play in the preseason. So the first 5 weeks of the year is pretty, up and down for everybody a lot of the time. So I will say, I think Nick, like there's effort. He's still figuring out how to be whatever he's trying to be. Will he ever get there? Maybe not. But I do think there's like legitimate effort, like, you know what, last year I did fuck up. Maybe I was too rabble rousing when I should have been quiet, like the Chiefs game and stuff like that. Or we beat the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure, like at Arrowhead. And he's like, being quiet now, or whatever he said. But I will say, I do like him crying, like at the Super Bowl. People threw that back at him afterwards and things like that. I
watch players cry all the time. The crying,
right. But that's my thing is he needs to be that. He needs to be like emotional, heart in the sleeve guy. That still might not be enough. But that's who he is, and that's the way to be authentic and get the most out of people. I will say though, I saw CJ talk about Nick, and again, he's an interesting guy, CJ. So I'm not going to hold it like 100% that he loves Nick, but he was saying so much about how they got Nick's back and all these things, like in an interview recently. So yeah, I'm really confused about how the team feels about him. Like I could see them half the team hating him and half the team being like, I like him. So I really don't know.
Jason, you like Nick?
He doesn't bother me. He just seems like a guy that's lost and doesn't know who he wants to be as a coach.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure out what he wants to be and how he wants to act, which usually comes with a couple of years experience. So you think he'd be closer to it. But like you said, I think they told him to tone down all that stuff. And now he's really confused as to who he should be as a coach.
Right.
He's not going to pull off the stoic Belichick. That's not his style. And it looks fake when he tries to do it. So it's not going to work. He is a high energy guy. He's a younger guy that, and he needs to go with that, whether we enjoy it or whether we like it. Whenever they ask players about him, it's nothing but positive reviews.
Yeah.
And I know nobody's going to come out and really trash their coach, but even guys that have left talk about him in the right way. When he came from the Colts, those guys stood up for him after his terrible first press conference. Guys on that team stood up for him. So players seem to really respond to him. I know whatever happened last year was weird, but they win a lot of games in a row.
Yeah, and so again, that's why I said thank you, Jalen, for the W's. But I do fully understand that. I hate being a hater of my own coach because if someone outside of my circle talked about him, I'd kill for a guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't come over here and talk about
don't talk about Nick.
It's my kid, okay? Yeah, my kid kicked your kid in the shin, but you ain't gonna talk about my kid. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
My kid's eating his boogers, but he's still my kid. So
yeah, let's
I got one more positive.
Go ahead.
Before we don't want to. In the clutch times, Jalen is really him.
Yeah.
Right. He makes mistakes during the game, but time and time again, when it matters most, Jalen shows up and he makes the right plays and gets the team down the field to score or get points on board or that long drive to end the game.
So people say, why didn't they blitz more? He was 6 of 7 for 91 yards against the blitz. They tried it and realized, oh, he's crushing it. We're not going to keep doing it.
You know what the weird thing they didn't do, though, was,
right? It's killing us. They didn't do a zero blitz.
They didn't blitz more than 5. They only blitzed one guy every time. And the Eagles struggled with higher pressure last year, and they just didn't try it, which is so weird to not try it against a team that really couldn't handle it last year.
So I got to get with you to watch the all 22. The reason that they weren't doing it is because of the field and the slippage.
Yeah.
You couldn't give up that much access because people were already slipping and sliding and you couldn't cover anybody. So to rush everyone when the field is not secure and you're not getting there anyway, it's almost like a feast or famine kind of situation. Yeah. When you're watching it, you can see like that's why they didn't do it.
It makes sense.
That's a good point.
That's what it looked like to me. I'm not Duffy or Baldy or anybody like that. But I looked at it, I'm like, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, they're not bringing an all-out blitz. But when you watch how no one's getting any traction or pressure, if you would have brought it all out, somebody, you would have had the A.J. Brown effect over and over and over again deep down the field, especially with the way he was cooking. Because you're right. When it came down to the end, after he made that interception, which he should have just took the field goal, he did have some
great throws.
16-play drive for 7 to 9 minutes and basically closed out the game. And that's what you could do with a good quarterback and Saquon, because the quarterback was making passes. He was making and Smitty came up big on that drive, catch after catch. He's a guy who takes the hits and knows where the sticks are. If he's not past the sticks before his turn, he is fighting to get the first down. He is damn close to it. Always. And,
he broke at least 3 tackles in that game, and he just is the most he's so small, man. The fact that he's breaking tackles and that he just knows how to control his body, knows the space of the field so well. It's incredible. It's one of those things that if we didn't have AJ Brown, I would be, you know what I mean? It's like I want to say Smitty's the best, but then we have AJ Brown, you know what I mean, who's also the best in his own way. And the way that he just snatches the ball, whether it's low, there are a couple low throws that AJ just absolutely snagged and took it and turned around and ran with it. I mean, man, we are spoiled. We are spoiled with those guys.
So for those watching, we've been talking about the Eagles-Packers game this whole time. Let's switch over to talk about the Phils, and then we're going to circle back to the Eagles, Falcons, and then go around the league and talk about the other teams that we saw in the NFL this weekend. Bryce Harper needs to be benched. He might as well be cut. Down to AAA. This man has not hit a home run in a month. And last night he had the audacity.
Oh, man.
Go out there and smack a ball with all of his might that he has and watch it not go out of the park. And people almost cussed on air last night because it was outlandish. He's like hearing audibly, like people in the booth are just like, "Oh my God, you gotta run!" And Bryce went and he did the manly thing. Hey, coach, top, that's on me, dog. I don't want to hear none of that shit, Bryce. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing me.
He's done it before.
So before I let you guys say something, Bryce Harper, I know there's people that call the radio station, and Bryce heard them, and then Bryce shouted their name out. There is no one in Philadelphia that was more happy than me about Bryce Harper coming here. It's nobody. Like, thank you, Bryce, for choosing me. Like, when it happened, I pulled my car over. I was screaming in the car because he literally did something that just never happens in Philadelphia.
Yep.
He chose me. I didn't draft him. I didn't try. Oh, you got AJ Brown. What you talking about? You got T.O. No. He chose me. The chosen one of baseball, the LeBron James, the Michael. No, he's not.
He's LeBron. LeBron's the right call.
Baseball on the cover of ESPN at 12 years old, was born with a glove in his hand, chose me. So thank you, Bryce. But Lord knows you got to get this work, bro.
Oh, yeah.
If Jalen got to get it, if Embiid got to get it, if Allen Iverson can get it, today you got to get it. You need to sit your funky ass down and take a rest because you're injured. Your power is where? You're hitting the ball. You're doing all these things. You're saying the right things. Every game counts. We got to win it. I don't give a shit. I need all the power you got, Mufasa. I don't need you out here just not producing the way you're supposed to produce. And then on top of that, the mental errors because you're in a funk. And you're not even in a funk. You're hitting the ball, which is really all we want. If you just did that throughout the whole year and sprinkled some home runs, we'd be happy. But you be going hot and cold and injuries. You need to sit down and rest. You're injured, bro. They need to take the bat from you. We need an intervention because he won't do it for himself. He's got too much power, but you're killing me right now, Bryce Harper. You have to stop. You can't do that. You're too big time to do that. And I don't care who you apologize to. Let that shit happen again. The boos will come out on you, bro. And
100%.
But you can't do it. Go ahead, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It's one of those things. Bryce has done this before. He's done this before where he hasn't run out certain balls, and it's not always in the situation where it's like a wannabe homer and he gets a single. Sometimes it's in other situations, and he always says the right thing after too. He's always accountable after, and it's one of those things where I'm like, listen, I never made it to Major League Baseball. I never even made it to minor league baseball. You know what I'm saying? I got stopped a lot short of that, but I was taught to run out the ball in every play, and the reason you do that is because what might happen. You might be in that situation where you just cost your team a game, or you cost your team a run, or you cost yourself multiple bases, right? In those situations. And I've seen multiple times this year guys hit warning track shots off the top of the wall and get inside the park homers because they were running to start that play. So, and they might be faster than Bryce, but in all of baseball, and this is what I hate about, I'm not going to get into the NBA and all these other places, but fundamentals are so important. And running out a ball in baseball is a fundamental part of the game that you're right. Boos are coming out if he does it again because. And if that happens in the playoffs, are you fucking kidding me? That, sorry for cursing, Sketch would say, sorry for cussing, but I mean, goddamn, that is unacceptable for sure.
Jason?
So it's all situational, right? If that's in the first inning and it's a grounder like that, I'm not worried if Bryce is jogging it up the line because I need Bryce not hurt is what I need. I don't need the hamstring pull. I don't need all that. In the bottom of the ninth inning, when all we're talking about right now is the push for the playoffs and all that, and you hit that ball, you got to be running. You got to run. Unless you hit an absolute bomb that no doubt about it that you can stand and watch, you got to go, right? It just has to happen. Luckily, they won the game, but it's time. Yeah, if he's not going to sit down and not hit home runs, then what are we doing, right?
The next home run he hits, he better run through them bases.
Coke out.
Yeah. The next home run he hits, he better run through them bases like a lion was on his ass. And if you want to know what a home run looks like, just watch Schwarber.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
He's on fire right now. It's September, June, Schwarber. It's Christmas in September. Like he's out here killing it right now. He's on fire, NBA Jam. I don't know. I'm just happy somebody out here hitting some dingers.
Yeah, for real.
It's curing things. It's helping us out. What?
We get to watch Saquon and Bryce Harper playing Philly. They both signed here. That's craziness.
And they love it. And they love being here.
We got Saquon, AJ, Schmitty, Schwarble,
it's just like
Embiid,
Maxi, PG,
PG, Maxi. How's the hockey? We got
got Gritty.
We got
Gritty.
Oh, sorry.
Now you got to be messing up the kid's name from Russia. We got the Russian.
Yeah.
18 years old, said he was going to come over here in 3 years. He came over. He's like, Philly popping.
Yep.
Let me get over there early. You know what I mean? Sink my teeth into Philadelphia. So right now, the Stars are in Philadelphia. But again, Bryce, thank you for choosing me. You better run your ass. You better move your ass. So that's all I want to say about the Phillies. You know what I mean? They've been winning some games. They got a good streak. They took the weekend off of Miami, stripping and dipping. I appreciate it. I get it. I know how it happens because we usually never win anything down in Miami.
Right.
Whenever we go to Miami and Arizona,
we really don't.
The strip capitals of America, we don't play well. I know they married men, but I'm just saying, 2 strip capitals of America, we never play well there. So the split is fine down in Miami.
Yeah.
I'll let it. Now,
Yeah, and that over under 98. I looked at the schedule I just organically, without trying to get to a number, I landed on 98 wins. So
hey, look,
12-6, we got to go. I think the rest of the way.
12-6. I still got hope alive.
Yep.
So, we're gonna go around the league and we're gonna end with the Falcons talk. So right now, last week we did our picks for the divisions. Does anyone want to change their divisional picks? I'm going to tell you what they are, and I'll let you see if you want to make a change. This is after watching week 1.
Yep.
This is the one and only time you're allowed to make an adjustment if you want to change. So Harry has the Dolphins winning. Jason has the Bills. I have the Jets. I am definitely changing mine.
Man.
To
Yeah, I like to who that division's a toss up right now.
I mean, the Bills or Patriots?
I'm going to give it to the Bills. I'm going to give it to the Bills. You staying with the Dolphins, Harry?
I'm gonna stay with the Dolphins for now. Yeah.
Okay, so Harry has the Ravens. Jason has the Ravens. I have the Bengals. Are you staying with the Ravens?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm staying with the Ravens.
Even with the 0-1, I'll take
You
that.
stay with the Ravens?
The Bengals ain't doing shit. Maybe the Steelers.
Yeah. Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. 2 for 2 on Scribble.
I got Joey B on my fantasy team, and Bengals was my best bet in my picks league. So I'm double.
He talked about his wrist being an issue, right?
Yeah,
Burrow's wrist.
I'm gonna switch mine to the Browns, meaning
What?
the Ravens.
Browns might be the only team worse than the Bengals.
I actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep since I messed that up. I am gonna do that. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
That
I'm gonna
defense
go
is
Steelers.
man.
I'm gonna go Steelers. They got 2 quarterbacks. If one falls, the other one picks it up.
True.
But do they have one?
That's fair. They got 1 total.
We all are on the Texans. Are we still all on the Texans?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, they got to play. They got to play the Colts again, and that game was tight, boy. Them weapons on weapons on weapons.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon, baby. That's on my fantasy team too. So that was looking good.
We're all in the Texans, all right? So, Harry, you both got we're all in the Chiefs. So I think we're all staying with the Chiefs.
Yep.
They look so good. It's ridiculous.
Harry's got the 49ers. Jason had the Seahawks.
I'll switch that one.
Yeah, to who?
The 49ers.
Okay.
I hate them so much, but they looked so good yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
Mason, man, that was crazy.
I got the Rams. And just because I hate the 49ers, I'm going to stick with the Rams just because.
I figured.
Seahawks did look good, but just not as good as the Niners.
So Harry has the Falcons. Jason has the Bucks.
That's right.
I have the Falcons.
Fuck.
Falcons can be 0-3.
I'm gonna switch to the Bucks.
So Harry switched to the Bucks.
Kirk Cousins, I saw a breakdown. He threw the ball on his first read every single time. I think he's scared of his Achilles and stuff, and it's.
I'm going with the Saints just for funsies.
That's a good pick.
Oh, I like that.
Just for funsies. You had the Packers, Harry. Yeah. Jason had the Packers. I had the Lions. Are you guys still on the Packers?
No, not with Love Hurt. We got to switch that one to Detroit.
Harry?
Yeah, I guess we don't know how long. It's always just the MCL sprain.
It's about the division winner. It's not about.
I'll go Lions. All
right, so we're all on the Lions. At least I had one where I was right early. And obviously, the Philadelphia Beagles are still the Philadelphia Beagles at number 1. All right, so
we did okay though.
Yeah, we did good.
Definitely.
Let me just.
We talking about any of the games, or we just?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the games. Right. I just got to bring up the actual NFL thingamabobber, and then we can do that and talk about who's what.
We can talk about the weirdest thing of the entire day.
What was that to you?
Wilson wearing his pads when he was inactive.
Oh yeah. Is it the weirdest thing or the most normal thing that Russell Wilson would do that?
Like everybody's talking about that. I'm like, who cares? Like,
I don't really care, honestly. I would. Yeah. It's easy to make fun of him for it though. For sure.
Weird. That's why. Well, you're like, what if I have to go in? Like, no, you're inactive. He's like, but what if I have to go
Yeah,
in?
they might need me, bro.
Yeah, like, no, they won't. You're not in.
They might need me.
I would have been making fun of him so bad if I was on that bench.
So, quickly, because I got things to do and you got things to do. Ravens and the Chiefs. Harry, what do you think about that game?
I think that the Chiefs, I feel like they're turning into. I don't know if the Patriots got the ref help that maybe I'm remembering or not, but the Chiefs seem like they're getting every no call possible on holdings and all these things, and I'm turning into conspiracy theorist. I am tired of the Chiefs. They look great. The Ravens blew it. Lamar blew it on a couple throws. So, I just think the Chiefs are going to be gifted their path to the Super Bowl again this year.
Well, they blew it because the Bills gave them the weapon that they needed.
The Bills screwed up.
The Bills screwed the entire league, and they screwed themselves, so that doesn't matter. And the Ravens could have won the game if they had a quarterback that could throw touchdowns to wide open guys.
Imagine that happened to Jalen or anybody else, man. Like they would
forget all that. I'm that game alone. Yes, the Chiefs get cheated for all the time, but that game alone, every single Raven is full of shit. Lamar's like, I stand on business. That was a touchdown. Bitch, it wasn't.
No.
And then they're sitting there saying, if that's the best they got, we want to see them in the playoffs. Well, you lost the game. And all the trash that the Ravens were talking, shut up, bro. Like, I understand bravado. Like, we had it with the 49ers, but we beat them when we talk trash about them. And when we lost to them, we shut up. So he's like, what? Right. The Steelers and the Falcons, we just talked about it. Kirk Cousins is a scaredy cat.
Yep.
The Steelers defense is so legit. It doesn't matter who their quarterback is. They are the only one to get a win in the division. They're leading the division.
That's crazy.
No touchdowns, but they won. The Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills should have lost this game.
Yes, they should have.
Yep.
The Cardinals, heaven forbid, the Gannon looks like he can actually coach because and they're the only team with a kickoff return for a touchdown in this new kickoff format. So that was exciting. That was a really good game. Josh Allen is going to get broken.
He's a beast though, but
he is a beast though. But he's already got his hand wrapped up. It's week 1, and he can't keep living like this. He can't. No. He's not. He's been making it through the seasons, but at the same time, you keep losing to Patrick Mahomes at the end of the year because you're injured. And they might not say it, but the same thing will happen with Jalen. You're hurt, bro, and you're not doing things you're supposed to do.
How about Marvin Harrison Jr. doing nothing?
Did you drop a bomb? Did he hit him? Because the game started.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did he hit a bomb? Shoot.
Yeah, he might have hit something.
But what Marvin Harrison Jr. had one catch or something?
Marvin Harrison had 1 catch for 4 yards. He was wide open on the last play of that game too.
He was wide open. Wide open.
God.
The Titans and the Bears. Bears doing what they always do. Special teams, defense.
Unreal.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
Will Levis, that's the worst. Oh my God, they would have won the game. Their coach literally said if they punted every single drive instead of they would have won.
That coach might not want to say that after week 1. No,
eat some more.
I agree, but he's right. Will Levis, what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Caleb Williams is under 100 yards passing. He's the chosen one. The Patriots beat the Bengals and destroyed so many people's parlays and bets.
Survivor pools, bro. I can't imagine how many survivor pools are just ruined now because of that. Like that seemed on paper that was the only obvious game to me all week. Crazy.
Well, no, you have to pay Panthers whoever they play. But
Schwarber definitely. Someone just
Higgins was injured. Higgins was out.
Yeah.
So
Jamar Chase was sick.
Yeah,
of not getting a contract extension.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Patriots defense just looked legit. You know what I mean? They got that fumble at the end zone. The Bengals had a chance to win that game. They just messed it up.
Yeah.
The Texans and the Colts was a shootout, and
that
it was just
fun.
Superpowers on the play.
Absolutely.
Nobody talks about CJ Stroud getting all these weapons. He has just as many weapons as Jalen Hurts has, but somehow no one wants to discredit him for the team putting a team around him and helping him win games.
So weird, right?
Yep. Richardson, absolutely. As long as he stays healthy, I don't think he's going to be able to stay healthy because he too runs into brick
youngest
walls.
QB in the league for the second year in a row.
Right?
That's pretty crazy.
The Jaguars are trash pandas, and they should have beat the Dolphins.
Doug Peterson's to get fired.
Doug Peterson, he's going to make it to the rest of the year. People love Doug Peterson. He's going to make it to the year. Nobody wants to be interim there. But
they had that game won. They had it won,
Yeah.
and they fumbled, and then they went for it on 4th down on their own 30-yard line.
That was
no reason.
Big balls, Doug.
Oh God,
man,
embarrassing. Tyreek Hill. 2 things I'll say about this.
Yep.
An officer comes up to your car and you give him your license and registration, and you have an infraction. The officer should go back to his car, write you a ticket, and send you on your way.
Correct.
Also, when he asks you to roll your window down, just roll your window down. Don't give an attitude and just take your ticket. So both of them are wrong, but they're Cowboys and more wrong. And at the same time, I'm not going to jump out a window for Tyreek Hill. He is not the face of change in America. Domestic violence accusations and charges brought against him from college through the pros. Yeah. So over a decade's worth of conflict, hitting children, not just the women that he's with. So it sucks. It's bad. If you know anything about me, I got pulled over 93 times in 1 year. I've had cops put guns in my face. I've had cops come to my home, put guns in my face after I called to report a robbery at my own home. So I'm no fan or friend of bad cops, and I get it. But, dude, again, put your window down, shut up, take the ticket. Officer, give him the ticket, shut up, and go about your way. Everything will be better.
Yeah, that's it.
The Panthers and the Saints.
Oh, Panthers are the worst team in the league.
Yeah. The Panthers would lose to 10 college teams. I can pick 10 college teams right now that'll beat the Panthers.
Man, Bryce Young might, I saw on, not that I follow Barstool or anything, but just one comment. Someone was like, what's one thing I could say positive about Bryce Young? And they're like, he made $25 million already in his life. Like, that's a positive.
On his first pass attempt of the first half and his second pass attempt of the second half.
Carr's out there balling. He thinks he's playing Madden. Dude, you beat the Panthers. Shut up.
Yeah.
The Vikings and the Giants. Imagine Sam Darnold being better than Daniel Jones in a New York City matchup. And imagine having Daniel Jones where you only paid him $160 million. You didn't pay him the $250 like you did Jalen or Love or any of these other quarterbacks that are worth anything. You paid him $160, and you still couldn't afford to keep Saquon around or build a team around him. You are a poverty franchise. You lucked up and got the last 2 Super Bowls with a doofus Manning. You are the pit of pain and sadness in the NFC, and it is laughable. And I thank you for your service and releasing Saquon. You didn't have to trade for him and do nothing but pay him. You guys suck.
That GM will not make it through either.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Daboll hasn't done anything since the first year.
I mean, I feel like
quarterback give another chance.
Daboll's a good coach, yeah.
The Vikings are the Vikings. We don't give a shit about them. The Raiders, I had hope in you. I believed in you. Minshew, I just needed you to do the bare minimum. But what I also needed you to do was not punt the ball in the fourth quarter. Bad. I needed you to go for that, okay? Hey, look, Raiders, I needed y'all to raid somebody, and y'all got scared and messed around and gave them momentum and hope, and you lost. We already talked about Charger, Herbert, yay, didn't do shit. Nope. The Broncos, I wish you nothing but death and sadness for the season. Your coach is a horrible, evil person. I know. Not Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson sucks. And he is a nerd and a loser and a weirdo, but he didn't deserve the kind of attitude that you gave him. No. And that's why you paid him $40 million to go away, and you picked up this Knicks kid, and he's trash too, and you deserve it. And you paid Patrick Surtain. That's all you got, man. Anyway, the Seahawks are trash. So, the Cowboys, let either one of y'all say anything about this game. The Browns and Cowboys. Do you have anything to say, Harry?
Fuck Deshaun Watson. He sucks. That's what I have to say.
Okay, Jason?
You couldn't tell anything from that. He stinks so bad, but the Cowboys looked a little better than I expected them to.
Okay, so the chat
I will say real quick. Also, you convinced me, BG, about like the whole shit, like tank for Shador subtly. I was really like bought into that going into the year, but I don't know anymore.
And then they were like, never mind. So,
yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
But all that little bubble.
Yeah, let me know.
First of all, the Shador thing. Shador got injured. What did Jerry Jones do? Pay back. You see, they're running down now. You see, it's going to be out for the year and a month. Go ahead, pay Dak. Go today. Every day we wait now is an extra bajillion. Go ahead and give him the check.
Yeah. Damn.
Punched up, went out there, talked shit about his offensive line, and he's going to write Dak a check. That's why the tank for Shador is off. Secondly, if you watch this game and you're a Cowboys fan, 1, you're a piece of shit. 2, and 3, y'all still ain't winning shit. 4, you beat the Browns. Now, normally we say, oh, Deshaun Watson sucks. Let me calm down and say this very respectfully, because no one in the media has done this. All day long yesterday, I watched every single show, and all they did was destroy Deshaun Watson. And I get it. He's a massage rubber. The Browns are trying to convolute and make up some new massage thing so they can get out of this contract that they made. I fully understand that. But let me tell you something that the media did not cover. Less than 48 hours before that game on Sunday, his father passed away. He was very close to his father. He had a really good relationship with his father. I've lost my father. I know, Jason, you've lost a parent. I don't care. Like, you can have the Brett Favre game where, I did it for my dad and you balled out. Not everyone is built that way. I didn't go to work for a month when my dad passed away. And I'm a strong person. I'm a robot to some people. My daughter always asked me if I cried. Like, that's how little I cry. I know that he hasn't been good, but I also know that when you lose someone like that, one or two things can happen. You can either rise to the occasion or it can melt you down. And him missing wide open throws, some of them you're just like, how could that even be possible? How could you possibly be that bad? I see backup quarterbacks make those throws. That's the first thing that the media is not bringing up, okay? Tyreek Hill, how did he go out there and play the game? With the officer put the handcuffs on him and made him sit down, and they put him on his stomach on the ground, and they handcuffed him. But he persevered, and he fought through, and he went out. He's also a wide receiver that all he has to do is run faster than everybody else to catch the ball and run, okay? He doesn't have to go out there and process what's going on. This man lost his father and had to go out there in that situation and deal with that, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, again, to why you Cowboys fans suck, the defense looks so good. They didn't have their left tackle or their right tackle, and they didn't have Chubb in the backfield. So I'm sorry. If you take away Lane Johnson and you take away Mailata and you put in two rookies and then you take away Saquon Barkley, I would love to see how the Philadelphia Eagles look. Knock on wood that doesn't happen. For real. Honest Jiminy Christmas.
No,
I don't wish that on anybody. But I mean, when the 49ers lost Trent Williams, you saw what happened to the 49ers. The whole damn team fell apart, losing one tackle. Them not having two tackles, and the Cowboys are Micah. Yeah, everybody on this Micah train again. Oh my God, here's a line. Haven't had one fucking sack in the postseason in 3 or 4 years. So just remind yourself, Cowboys fans, that you suck, you have sucked, and you will suck like you had the last 30 years. And thank you for paying Dak. And he's out here doing quotes of Jalen Hurts. Punk. He's a punk, and so are y'all. That's just a little tidbit, side information. I know the media don't be liking to put all the information out there, but that's my thing. And Deshaun, you probably still are trash. You probably just do suck. But I'm saying, I'm going to give you some grace this last Sunday. They ain't going to give it to you, but I'm going to give it to you. The Commandos lost to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers just look like Baker should have been the Panthers quarterback. Could have been the Browns quarterback.
Or the Browns quarterback. Yeah, exactly.
They would have been all right because Baker's out here balling on a budget.
He has Mike Evans.
Hey, balling on a budget. Yep. And God was out there too. Those two dudes are like 93 years old, but you know what they got? The thing that we weren't blessed with. Height, boy. They like 6'22".
Oh, yeah.
They're jumping through the building still. The Rams and Lions was a really good game.
Yeah, it was.
Really good game. Puka Nabuka, he got injured.
He's on my fantasy team too.
But Puka Nabuka went down, and then Cooper Kupp got the cupping. It had that little sideline toe tap, boy. That woo, he can sing.
He can move, yeah. He's like
he remind me of Ricky Probe with speed, boy. He just catch everything, bro. He be toe tapping. And the Lions went down there and ran the ball. Hey, they learned how to play and finish the game in overtime. Good job, Lions. Yeah. They kicked a field goal in there too. Like, good job learning from mistakes in the past. The Jets and the 49ers. I don't talk about the 49ers. The 49ers, whatever. The Jets, I thought your defense was supposed to hold it down. I thought your defense had blueprints. Y'all ain't got no blueprints?
Yeah, they had nothing.
Y'all ain't had no blueprints? Y'all let them, not McCaffrey. You let some other people out here and wonder whoop you? Come on, bro. Have some manhood, have some balls. And you better pay Hassan Reddick because you wasn't getting no pressure. No pressure. And your field was fine, okay? And Aaron Rodgers can't win in San Francisco to save his life. I don't know if he's got money on it from his childhood idolhoodship or whatever it is. He cannot win there. But the wide receivers look good and the running back looks good. But I'm not high on the Jets anymore. That's why I went back.
I was watching the Manning cast. I was kind of trying to catch some more Jason Kelce, but he wasn't on too much on Monday Night Football. But the Manning cast, they were talking about like, did the Niners just think like, there's no McCaffrey, so we don't have to worry about like this part of the game plan or something? Because that's what it looked like. I mean, the way Mason was running, he was getting whatever he wanted.
So we're gonna wrap this up and talk about the Eagles and the Falcons. I just wanted to play this video. There's this guy on Instagram that I follow. His name will be in the notes because I can't remember. It's like the MEC or whatever. And he just makes goofy songs for promos for businesses, and he made one for the NFL, and it amuses me.
I probably should have knew this was a bad idea. I realized the NFL didn't have a real theme song, so I made one. But when I showed it to my homies, they said I don't take anything serious. Y'all let me know, was this a bit too far? So the first thing I added was a beatbox that had a running onto the field vibe. Then I found this sound and added a bass line. And I don't know what this sound is, but it kind of just fit the beat. The only thing left was to add some lyrics about the game. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Move out my way, I'm ready to go deep.
pretty sure you not ready for the D. I ain't here to play, coming in your direction. I always switch it up to keep you guessing. You can run from me. Hit it hard, hit it fast, hit it hard, hit it fast. You can run from me.
So he does a whole bunch of songs like that.
You can't run from me.
He does about plumbing going.
Oh, that was good.
I'm a locksmith. You want me to have you riding. It's all funny, fun stuff. It's just awkward when he be deep eyeing the camera.
Nah, it's great. That's the best. Makes it the best part, man.
Bro, pause. You out here looking at me like that?
He's good, right? It's good.
Yeah, you like that?
You like that, right? It's good. Right?
Can't run from me.
Can't run.
So, yeah, it's amusing. The Eagles are playing the Falcons in their real home opener on Monday Night Football. Matter of fact, speaking of Monday Night Football, let me run this back real quick again. I personally might be a little bit over Jason Kelsey.
Truck. Fits my belly now. I've lost a little bit of weight, but my tits are still.
The fact that truck.
So he tweeted out during the Sunday Night Football. He's like, "I'm so pumped on adrenaline, I won't be able to sleep for 2 hours." And I replied to a tweet that he did not see because thousands of people tweet. I said, "Yo, you need to go to bed." And then somebody who I interact with was like, "He's got all day. He'll be fine." I'm like, the game starts at 8:30. He got to be there early. He got to prep. And then he shows up there and he forgets his clothes like a little kid going to a game.
Yep.
And he got to go out to the regular mall and buy a shirt. And they don't have them in dinosaur size. No, I had to go out to Brooks Brothers one time. I had a whole issue going to Brooks Brothers to get me a suit real quick. So he is everywhere on everything.
Too much.
And I love him. And 80% of it is actually amusingly fine.
Yeah.
Then there's 10% to 20% where I'm like, bro, I'm cringing right now. And God bless you, get the money. He has got enough money.
Yeah, did you see their garage beer commercial that came out?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Let me shut up.
It's just everything is just they're everywhere, like you said, and at times I do think it's become a little bit too much.
Like his wife is getting checks. I got to do it with his brother.
It's too much, but it's one of those things where it's like it's our too much, right? Like we're saying it's too much, but I don't want to hear anybody saying it's too much. Like get your some national Jason Kelsey and enjoy it. Like that's how I feel.
He was on the duck guy thing. He did the duck thing.
That's funny too, because before I saw that he had to buy the thing from the mall, I was like, man, he would look it'd be really cool if he wore some flashy stuff. That's what I was thinking. Like hopefully he wears some cool suits.
It's gonna take forever.
That's a limp pose right there.
Huh.
Love Bo Allen too.
Oh, full power hose now.
Our audio fans must always be so confused when we do.
Oh
this.
yeah, the audio clip of Kelsey's new beer that he has in there.
Garage beer.
They're doing a car wash. I personally have stickers that are Black Gritty stickers. I always keep them in my car, but I am on the official hunt for his Tesla because he has all these stickers on the back of his Tesla, so I'll know that it's his when I see it. And when I see it, I'm sticking a Black Gritty sticker.
Yep, all day.
I should disseminate Black Gritty stickers throughout the city so if anyone sees them, I'm gonna have to do a campaign.
Just send them
for real. Send me some. I'll tag everywhere.
It's not as fun as him just going out there and be like, "Who the heck is this?
Yeah,
Black Gritty on my." What is who is this man? So yeah, I mean I could send him, but it'd be funnier if he just went out there one day.
You know.
Yeah.
Give it to
I was saying something to me so I can just slap him on every building in Philadelphia.
We're gonna do that too. I might get some pens made up too. We're gonna get it popping up in these streets. But yeah, for the ladies out here, they're shirtless. You can see it. He's out there doing big things. So and again, I love him to death.
Yeah,
it's just a lot sometimes.
Better than Travis, bro. Better than Travis.
Yeah,
he is better than Travis.
He's doing too much. I like Travis too, but he's doing way too much.
Travis is a cornball Post Malone weirdo to me. Okay. So if you don't know about Post Malone, I love Post Malone. I think Post Malone is great. Post Malone is tofu. White Amazon. When I was bowling, I was young. I done got my braids and now I'm black. I love rapping. What you think about that? Even though he comes from folk music and freaking like theater, okay? Then he goes out and he does his R&B thing. Then he does his sing-along thing. Now he's doing country music, and he's got his hat on. He's got his boots on, and he's got so much country now. He's all country now. And I'm like, oh, my God, bro. You're just out here just and that's what Travis Kelce does. Hey, growing up being a little weirdo kid, gets a black girlfriend. Next thing you know, we got the Kelce fade. Oh, yeah, cool story, bro. Now he's with Taylor Swift, flat, no butt. What is he doing? He's got Harry's mustache and a slick back. Like
I evened mine out. His was going more down here, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to not look that young, and you're out here doing the fucking. Yeah, he's less mature than I am.
It is. He's a cornball.
And they were saying he used to be wearing suits and things to games and like looking kind of fresh, and now he's just wearing looks like I forget what they described it as, but he's trying to be like a concert goer.
It's like it's so funny because I'm like, dude, you just be molding to the chicks you with. Like, you have no personality of your own.
His budget went up. He buy different clothes.
Yeah, fair enough.
His budget went up.
That like Gucci hat he was wearing. People were saying like they have like nightmares about that hat.
Man, I just muted. You can't talk no more.
Y'all picked it out. He's
I kicked it out. So I'm talking
and like Mahomes' wife is like a Trump supporter, and like Taylor was hugging her and
or whatever. But guess what? They ain't putting her on TV no more. So there's that.
Unless she's next to Taylor, unless she's standing next to Taylor, which she was on the weekend.
Not at a game. And they had a
U.S. Open. U.S. Open though.
U.S. Open, not a football game.
Oh no, I know, but I'm saying they put them all on together.
I'm saying they had a home game and she wasn't there, and they wasn't. They didn't show back.
Okay, NFL.
I'm saying. You. So Falcons Monday Night Football. It doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about this. They're going to destroy the Falcons.
Oh, hell yes.
And it's not even going to feel like a good thing because everybody's still going to have all these questions. And I said last week, the Eagles better win because if they lose, it's going to be 10 days of pain and suffering.
Yep.
They won, and you still got pain and suffering. You did that win, dog. But you guys kept saying, like, I repeated it all week. Everybody I talked to, you both were like, yo, you really want this win, huh? I'm like, yo, they need this joint up.
Yeah, you're right.
Jalen will be getting crushed.
Oh my God, destroyed.
If they lost that game. He's already getting it, but they would have.
No, I mean, fire Nick and cut Jalen. Like, that would have been the fucking all week.
Really would have been.
For real.
Nobody care about that field.
Not after this week.
Everybody's out here. Offensive bust. How you pay? Like,
I think the D line's gonna eat at home. Honestly, I think they're gonna eat.
They would say nothing never been, nothing never beat. Like, they're doing that with a win.
Yeah.
And I told you, if you don't win with 10 days of free time in Philadelphia. Man, forks would be pitched and pitched.
God damn. God damn.
Talk about Kirk Cousins. On Monday night, he is 3-9 or 3-10. Oh, he's about to be 3-10.
3? When did he get those?
Well, I don't even know where he looked up and got the 3. That must have been when his Do You Like That days.
Yeah, must have been.
He is
must have been West Coast game.
Horrible in prime. It might be, there you go. Right. that makes sense too.
Daylight still.
Yeah, right. It's still daytime. So, no, he wears flannel. He goes to bed early. His wife tucks him in. So he's a mobile. Everybody wants Penix. Let me just say this too, because I don't really want to talk about this game. They're going to blow them out. It doesn't matter. They're going to destroy them. And then we can actually think we're going to assess the team. But it's like I told you with the Cowboys. The Cowboys look so good against 2 tackles being out.
Yeah.
No running back in the backfield. And the dude's dad passed away. Nobody talks about that though. But it's just how horrible Watson is because it's lazy analysis. And here on Gritty Nights, we get deep. We get deep into the shizzle. So everybody wants Penix. Here's my thing. Why in the world do people not understand the reason you want to jump on the backs of the Green Bay Packers and slurp them down for having 3 all-world quarterbacks for 30 years straight? How do they do it? Let me tell you the formula. They draft a guy, they make his punk ass sit on a bench for 4 years and watch the guy ahead of him. And then when the guy ahead of him gets old enough, they ship his ass out and then start the next guy.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how you do it. That's how it used to be done. But now in the cookie cutter world that we live in, the Instagram and the TikToks and all you young punks out here getting mustaches like Harry ain't got no patience, okay? Everybody want instant ramen noodles. No, sir. Not me. I got fettuccine. And I do them single tear. I boil them all one at a time because I don't want them to thick. All right? Because I got time. And that's how you get the Leave Penix on that bench. because you already paid Kirk $100 bajillion. Let him go out there and re-break something before you stick this young kid out there to the Lions, because you're still the Atlanta Falcons, and you almost fooled me with all your little weapons and high draft picks, but you suck. And the Eagles are going to go in there and fly all over and destroy you. Anything else you guys want to add while we're at the end of the show?
Nah, just like you said, you're not playing Penix in Philly in prime time for his first time.
Holy cow.
And I think we asked last week, we were doing like, are we sure Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan are good? Are we really sure
I think Kyle Pitts is pretty good, but I don't know. He got a touchdown. A lot
of years now where we're like, this is definitely the year where he's going to do good.
Yeah, but it's like he doesn't have a quarterback. So
a lot of guys don't have quarterbacks and still do stuff. Like they put up.
He's also on the Falcons. So that's my second point.
All I know is
I'll judge them when they come playing.
No, you're right. I have no idea. Kyle Pitts is also my fantasy team. That's what I was saying.
Justin Jefferson don't care for trash cans throwing him the ball. He catches.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, it don't matter who's in there. Right. When Justin Jefferson's out there, that's what you're saying. Justin Jefferson don't care who's throwing the ball. He's like, yo, bro, just throw it. I'm going to be open.
Yeah, throw it.
And if I'm not open, throw it. I'm going to catch it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's doing it with everybody. Like I said, the Giants. Oh, Giants fans. Oh, it's so good. It feels great. It's amazing.
Sell the team.
And, since I'm here still, might as well just do this for the people that understand how the world works. I could have done that.
I was guessing.
I'm gonna hit him with this one. I'm hitting this one first.
I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott 100 out of 100 times, and I think most people would agree with.
Do you think
most people would agree?
Based on last year, I'd agree with you, but over their careers, no, I would.
Based on the projection of where both of these players are going.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott.
That's Tiki
Barber, bro. He's falling off.
Never has been a time where you would do that.
There's not one single person on this planet besides this man and Daniel Jones's mother that would say this. Because Daniel Jones's father would be like, I'm not taking my son.
Yeah, like
nobody. And so for him to say that is absolutely ridiculous, and it's embarrassing.
And more hate for Tiki, which is great.
Yes,
because he sucks.
And just for the funsies, because we always do it.
Damn, fuck the 49ers. Yeah, fuck the 49ers. Yeah, fuck the 49ers. Y'all a sorry ass team. Thanks. Fuck the 49ers. Damn, I hate the 49ers. I hate y'all. I hate the 49ers. Fuck y'all. Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty cheeks. Hey. Y'all lost to the Chiefs.
And the thing that kills me,
God damn,
it always hits as good.
Hits every time.
49ers fans still be out here like, yeah, what was the score last time we played? Like, bitch, you've lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we don't care about that shit. Are you kidding me?
You went home just like we went home without the championship that year. We went home earlier, and oh yeah, y'all beat us. Cook as you. We beat you before that, but we don't bring that up and say, oh, remember when we beat you? Like, we did it for the time. And it was over. Y'all just did a whole new season.
And we got a Super Bowl. That's why we talk shit. Yeah, exactly.
So, bow. Y'all some booty cheeks.
Y'all some sorry ass.
So, the show again, usually at 9:00 on Tuesdays. We did it early, like I said, because of the presidential debate. We don't want to go up against the comedy show. And next
promote
week,
your other show too.
Yeah, next week we're gonna have a guest on, Joe Castro, Philly TP on Twitters. He got a new job. Congratulations to him. Over at the Gambler Fox. He's going to be a guest on talking about the Birds Tuesday night right after the Monday night game. That actually works out for us. We get to react right after a game.
Yeah.
And it'll feel really good and be all excitable and hyped up, stuff like that. So we'll have a guest on. Subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, leave a comment, leave a star, leave a review. If you're on iTunes, leave a star review. Make yourself useful. I'm not asking you for money. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share it with somebody and get more people lined up in there. We've been dropping more gems on the Facebooks. We're out there being useful for our community, and you need to be part of the community. That's all we're asking you to do. Harry's going to be out here giving people stickers and sticking people. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's on a bike.
On his ass.
In the streets, you know what I mean? They have a street campaign.
You get smacked in the back of the neck, just grab whatever you feel.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. You never know. He might be out there with Ubre. You know what I'm saying? My boy's out there.
I'm on the bike. Yeah, exactly.
Bros, they be out here living deep in these streets. again. Blackgreen.com. Send that to somebody too. All the links are there. And listen to me ramble tomorrow. I'll be on PHLY, the Chief Seats with Iraq and Jason, talking about this stuff again. And it's always interesting to hear a different person's opinion and views about it, because we all have different angles where we're coming from. Just like earlier when Harry had the two people, and I'm like, "Who you talk about, Harry?"
Right?
Yeah.
Someone said Zach. There's an image online. Someone said Zach Bond looks exactly like a fusion of Jalen Hurts and Lane Johnson, and that's a fact.
Literally.
It's a fact.
There was a pause in there, no homo type thing. I wanted to repeat it because it really does. I'm like, yo, could he like be related? Like, super weird. It's super weird because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Again, all the platforms we're out there. We're in these streets. Give us a follow, leave a comment. Talk to y'all later. Have a good week.
Later.
Peace.
Go Birds!